guys, welcome to my channel Final Beauty, or welcome back. For today's video I thought there's been lots of fall inspired makeup looks going around, but all with new palettes, and I've been tempted to buy some of the new fall palettes myself, but you guys might know, if you remember from earlier in the year when I was talking about it, I'm on a low buy, so I'm really being conscious of what I'm bringing into my collection and whether it's adding any value. And I might want it, but do I need it? So with that kind of spirit in mind, I wanted to bring back an old palette that's absolutely perfect for fall, and I wanted to do a fall inspired look with it. So we're going to be using the Ace Beauté Classical Paradise. This is the original version. I know they reformulated this, but this is the original version, so probably about 4 years old. Haven't used it for a long time, but it is the perfect colour story for fall, as you might agree. So I decided I didn't need another one really, because I have this one. It's the most falliest fall palette that ever falled. So we are going to do a look with that right now. So let's just jump right into it. Okay guys, I thought we could do cheeks and lips and eyes together for this one. It's all the interesting bits of makeup. So I always do the same thing for my brows, and my foundation routine hasn't changed because I've bought nothing new into my collection. I'm just using up the road dregs of my foundation. I'm going to have to buy a new one soon, but that's okay, because replacing things you literally have nothing left of, that's okay in my book. I've got one foundation kind of for every day and one for best left in my collection. The rest have either gone bad or I've used them up, so that's a good situation, I think. But yeah, so we're going to do cheeks together. Now I always go in with this product for contour, which is the LunaTick Cosmetics Labs Contour Book 1. I love this so much. It sparks so much joy just even seeing this product. But I always do the same thing, which is kind of mixing these three shades. So we're going to do that first. And I always use my Extreme Structure Contour brush from Sigma, which is the FO4, in case you're interested. I've had this brush forever, and it's really good because it's quite controlled. You can get like under your contour area to use it, so it's pretty good for that. Because there's been so many releases just lately, I've just started to get a little bit more back into makeup again. So I had practically the whole summer off. I last filmed in June, prior to the video that I've just put up with the Halloween palette, but prior to that it was June, and it's been so hot over the summer in the UK. And it's just unbearable in this beauty room. I've got a 3-storey house, and if you're not from the UK you perhaps don't realise, but we don't have air conditioning, or the majority of people don't in the UK. And we had some days that were like 40 degrees centigrade, so yeah, it was probably about 50 in this beauty room, because like as I say, it's in the attic of the house, and then I've got the beauty lights. It would just have been like running off my skin as soon as I put it back on. And being a woman of a certain age, that doesn't take much as it is, so no. So I didn't film for those reasons, and then I just wanted to really enjoy like the summer as well, like when it was nice days and sunny. I just wanted to be outside with a book and a cocktail from my bar, and yeah, so I just didn't feel like filming. Summer makeup just doesn't grab me, and so I just wasn't watching makeup either. I just like had a whole break from it, but now I'm a lot more inspired. I want to do it again, so I think it's been good for me really. For blush today, I'm going to go in with the Disney Tinkerbell Super Shock Cheek in the shade Darling, because I think this one's a really good fall colour. Like, it's got that sort of rusty tone to it. I've already powdered some. I'm hoping it's going to be alright, but these do go over powder okay, I think. But I just wanted a sort of terracotta-y sort of orangey blush without anything too crazy. I didn't want like bright orange or anything, but I wanted something fall coloured that you guys might have in your collections, because I know this was quite a popular collection, and I don't know, I think some bits of it are still available. So yeah, to get me back into the swing of makeup, I started watching a few makeup videos, and you've got to be so careful not to like get yourself suckered back into wanting everything, because yeah, I've been watching all these like videos for the Spooked palette by Gourmand Girls, and the Strange and Unusual palette by Bella Beauty Bar. Oh, there's just so many gorgeous palettes coming out, but I'm staying strong. I bought Betty Jean's palette, the Batty Bean and Shroud Halloween palette, whilst I was out in Greece. I've had a holiday in Greece whilst I've not been filming, and I bought that because I wanted to support Betty G because I love her, and also I loved the It's Freaking Bats palette. So I got that one, and I've ordered the ColourPop Hocus Pocus 2, just the palette and the highlighter, and that will take my amount of palettes that I've bought this year to 7. So I will have bought 7 palettes and 1 highlighter in an entire year, and I said I wanted to buy less than 10 palettes this year, so I've still got 3 I could potentially get, but there's nothing really like making me go, I've got to have you. So maybe the Pat McGrath Celestial Nirvana, the mega palette, but normally my mum will buy me that for Christmas. She did buy me the last 2, so she always asks me what I want, so I might just ask for that for Christmas because it's quite a pricey palette. But yeah, I've realised if I'm not watching makeup, I'm not craving it so much. It's seeing all these things and getting suckered into it. Watching YouTube is fatal if you've got a budget, because you're just going to want to join in and you don't want to feel that FOMO. So I really want to come back to filming. I want to watch my friends' videos who often do reviews of new products, but still staying strong and not buying all of the new. And I think I'm doing okay. As I say, I've managed to resist quite a few of the new things that are there, like Fantasy Cosmetica. They look such an interesting brand. I think I will buy a palette from them probably next year. I've missed on a lot of the Nomad palettes, even though they're a brand I adore, because you just can't buy everything, and they've had so many palettes this year. Like, I've missed 4 palettes since I bought the Whistler Snow Lodge. They're getting to be one of these brands that are bringing out too much for my liking, and I love the brand, but yeah, you've just got to stop somewhere. You can't collect it all. For my highlight today, I'm going to go in with the Pixi by Petra Glowy Gossamer highlight. This is a oldie but goodie. I think you can probably still buy this, but I love this one. Haven't used it in a while. Going to use the more peachy side. I think that'll be perfect with that blush that we've used. But both sides of this are nice. The other one's a bit more icy, and I wanted something a bit more sort of fall and glowy without being like too crazy. So I think that's giving us a nice warm glow, which is what I wanted. I think there's it more on that side, just how the lights are hitting. It's a really good highlight actually. I love Pixi. They don't get very much hype anymore on YouTube. They used to. Hopefully they're still around. I haven't bought anything from them for a while because this has lasted forever. Alright, so the main focus of my look, of course, is going to be the Ace Beauté Classical Paradise palette. This is the only one of the Ace Beauté ones from this collection of 4 palettes that they brought out at that time that I own, but love the colour story of this. So I think I'm going to be concentrating more so on this bottom row, and definitely want to use the shade Vegetation, the orange. Probably going to echo some of the colours that are in my dress actually, which is why I wore this dress. But I think we'll start with just getting a little bit of structure in the outer corner. So I wonder whether to go in with earth or soil. I think I'll start with earth actually, the brown. These are pretty pigmented shadows, and a little goes a long way, so being really careful not to get too much fallout, and I'm just stumping the shadow on at the moment. And we're going for kind of a rounded shape, I think, and I don't think I'm going to do a wing today. Try and do this a bit more as a wearable, almost neutral look I suppose, but with all the full colours in it. I was going to do a video of like full palettes, but honestly so many people have done that. It feels like when you get to certain times of the year, every creator does the same video, and even I get bored of watching them, so I don't want to make videos that everybody is doing. And I don't know if really I've bought that much more full makeup than the last time I did that video, which is I think 2 years ago, so decided not to do that. And I don't really know what content I'm going to be doing, apart from I'm really excited for Halloween and a bit more like winter looks, Christmassy looks. Just want to concentrate on doing a lot more looks on my channel, because that's what I enjoy to film, and showing you guys what you can perhaps create with things that you already own, which I know those videos don't do well, but it's always fun for me to do it. So I'm going to put my waterline colour in just so that I can then kind of blow that out afterwards. I prefer doing it that way around. So I'm going to use the Urban Decay 24/7 liner pencil in Torch, one of the glide on pencils, because this is a really full colour. This is when you know you watch too much YouTube from America, because it's autumn really in the UK, not fall. And I was saying to my husband, this is a nice fall palette, and he's like, fall? What do you mean fall? So I'm getting too influenced by what I watch. But that is a lovely waterline colour, and it's one of the best pencils from Urban Decay. I've had this one, I don't know how long you're supposed to keep using things like this, but probably 5 years, and it is still good. Whether it's good for my eyes, but it still works. So I'm going to take that same shade, so I've only used one shade so far, which is that earth shade, and I'm going to bring that onto my lower lash line, just connect up with what we've got going on already in the outer corner. I need a little bit more just to carry that through. Now I've got the overall shape kind of going on, now I can start working on sort of blending this out a little bit. As I say, I know they reformulated this. I'm going to go with a brush with no product. I don't want to take this up like completely to my brows. I know people didn't like this formula. It's probably because it's not the most blendable ever, but I like it because it's super pigmented and you don't get very much fallout. So I don't know what the new formula's like, because I didn't feel the need to repurchase when I was getting on okay with this. Yeah, that's blended out enough for me. I'm like, not really the biggest blender anyway, so it doesn't worry me. More about the colour combinations and it being perfectly blended, as I've said a million times before. But yeah, I didn't do anything like earth-shattering while I wasn't on YouTube. Just didn't spend much time indoors, didn't watch much TV, tried to stay off of social media a bit more, went on lots of walks, read lots of books. I've never been into reading quite so much as I have been over this summer. Like, I would read on holiday, but never really just at weekends or evenings, but I've gotten through so many books this year. I like crime thrillers like C.L. Taylor, K.L. Slater, yeah, all of those kind of books. So I've really been enjoying that. I think what's great about reading is it transfers you somewhere else. Like, if I'm watching TV or even YouTube, I'll be on my phone looking at all the horrific stuff that's going on in the news. You can't relax doing that, can you? But when you're reading, you can't do anything but just like transport to another world, and it's wonderful. It's so good for your mental health. So yeah, I'm really glad I've discovered reading. It's really helped me. I like that as a basis for the look, and I think I could carry on blending that out and get it even more smooth, but I don't think it looks too bad at all, actually. Alright, I want to get a little bit of red into the look to kind of match my dress, although that's quite reddish already, that earth colour, but I'm going to put the shade Clay next to it in my crease. I'm just going to pack that on with a Morphe M506. Oh, I should know that's an M506 by now. That's one of the brushes I use the most. Yeah, another palette I really wanted was the Blend Bunny Primal, because I love my Blend Bunny palette, but the cost of getting any indie makeup from the States always adds up to a lot by the time you've added on the shipping. So I decided not to get that for now, but it's kind of on my wish list because it does look lovely and I do like their quality, and I love the way they lay their palettes out as well. I think they're genius how they're done. Makes it quite easy to see what you're going to do. I don't normally like big palettes because they're quite overwhelming, like too many shades almost, but for those, because they're so well laid out, doesn't worry me so much, as it were. In the inner part of my crease, we're going to go in with Vegetation. So we're not going to be putting greens in this look or anything like that. We're just sticking with all the warmer tones of fall, but I want this orange colour, this Vegetation, to be quite a focus. It's gone onto my lid, but we won't worry about that because we're going to cover that anyway. I have no problem with this formula. It blends really well, I think. As I say, I'm not very good at blending and I'm not really having a problem. The other thing I've been doing is searching for my Barbra Streisand vinyl and getting quite a lot of it from eBay, some of which I've had to import from all over the place. I've got one really rare album, which is Back to Broadway, which came out in the 90s and there wasn't much vinyl around in the 90s, so it was really difficult to get that album, and it only came out in a few countries as well on vinyl. I had to pay nearly $100 for that to get it from Brazil, but I'm really happy to own it. And she's got a new album called Live at the Bonsoir, which she recorded, also where she started her career, but she started singing in this nightclub called the Bonsoir in New York, and it was recorded to be her first album, and then they got her into the studio to record a few of the tracks that she used to sing there, and they never released it, and it went into her vault. But she's, like, the fans have wanted this release for ages. There's bootlegs, I've got a bootleg of that material, but there's never been an official album. But the vinyl is only going to be available in the States, and it's $60, and then another $30 odd to get it here plus taxes. It's going to cost me £100 to get this album, but had to have it. So this is why I don't buy all the makeup things, because there's so many other things that I want to do with my money, and you know, things that bring me joy. Right, going in with NYX Glitter Primer so that we can do something with these lids now. I love doing neutral looks like this, or a bit more neutral, because it's so easy to think what you're going to do. You haven't got to decide really on the colour placement quite so much. But we're doing kind of a half cut crease situation. I'm going to lay the shimmers diagonally with a lighter one going towards my crease and darker towards my lashes. One thing I am going to need is a new NYX Glitter Primer. This is down to the dregs now, so I need a few basics. Need a new mascara. Literally haven't bought anything, as I say, so won't feel bad about that. And as I say, we've been on a holiday. First time we've left the UK or even left my town for 3 years. And we went to Rhodes 2 weeks ago, back to the same hotel we've been to 3 years ago when we were travelling, and had just the best time. Shared a few shots on Instagram if you guys follow me there. But that got me into wanting to travel again. As soon as we got back, we did the only thing you can do and booked another holiday. So we're going to Lanzarote on Boxing Day for a week, and so we'll see New Year in Lanzarote. So super excited about that. So lots of things to be excited about, not just makeup. You know, makeup's just a facet of life. It's not everything. I think we can get so carried away. It's just so easy. Right, in the centre of my lid, I'm going to go in the shade Harvest, this one here. I realise I've not tried every shade in this palette. I don't think this Harvest shade's been tried. It's perfect at the pan. So I obviously didn't go for that one when I tried it out. Probably because it's quite orangey and neutral. But I'm into a bit more neutral makeup just lately as well. The makeup I've been wearing to work is a lot more neutral, and I've been quite enjoying that. I mean, neutral in my terms. I mean, I've always got something going on that's perhaps a bit more than the average person would wear, but I mean, look at that shimmer. That's still really, really good, and this palette's, like, as I say, it's got to be 4 years old. Performing really well. Yeah, so that's it really. Nothing shattering has been going on. I've been fine. Just didn't want to do YouTube, and now I do. So I'm gonna sort out my background next weekend. I've been asking my husband to get the stuff down out of the loft space for ages. We haven't got it boarded up there, and I don't want to walk around. He has to jump from like each one of the floorboards up there, but it's not boarded, you know, just like the joist, roof joist. I'm not doing that, so wait for him to get the decorations down, and I've had a few new bits I want to put on the background as well, so I'm excited to do that next weekend. Right, I still want to continue that shade down a bit onto my lash line, because as I say, I want to go kind of at a diagonal. It's a beautiful coppery colour though. Makes me want to use MAC Copper Sparkle again. I used to love that pigment, it's so pretty. And then I want a contrast to that. I think I'm going to use the shade Hay, this one here, because it's got that sort of pinky tone to it. Don't want to go for the yellow shimmers. I just want to take that closer to front there, sort of on the cut there. Just sort of feathering that down so that it meets with the Harvest shimmer that we've put there already. The lower lash line, I think I'll just keep things simple. I'm just going to go with Harvest again and just bring that all the way across. I might put a little bit of a inner corner highlight in, but a little bit of shimmer just on this front portion of the lower lash line looks so pretty, I think. And then in the very inner corner, I think this Barley shade is the lightest in the palette, so we'll use that as a inner corner highlighter, maybe a brow bone highlighter as well. So that speck of brightness in the inner corner. That is pretty bright. That's not even been sprayed or anything. These shimmers are great. They're like smooth shimmers, but quite foiled and impactful. Which I don't think are the sort of shimmers that are popular these days, but I like them. So just going to use that Barley shade that we've just used in the inner corner just as a little bit of a brow bone highlight as well. Been enjoying doing that again lately. And that's it for the look so far. So just going to hop off camera to do my lips and my mascara because I can never do lips on camera. It takes me ages to perfect it. So I'm going to do that and I'll be back with you just to show you the final look and wrap up the video. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. Just added mascara, just the Melt Supernatural mascara. And didn't do any liner at all, no wing liner, no liner on my lids at all. I just think it's fine as it is. It's dramatic enough. I think it's fall enough as well. And for my lips today, this is an old lipstick from Melt's in that old packaging. I haven't got any of the new ones apart from in the more Mariposas collection. But this is a nice one. Never used it before because I bought a lot of them when they were on sale for $5 a year or so ago. Perhaps even longer than that. I hadn't used them all, so I wanted to use this one. This is 710 and it's a really interesting colour and I can see me getting quite a lot of wear out of it. It's weird and unusual but still wearable as well, so I really like how it looks. So yeah, it's a lot of fun just delving into some products that have been sitting in my collection for a while. Like I hadn't used the Tinkerbell blush for a long time, never used that lipstick, and I don't think I'd use the Ace Beauté palette since I did a review on it 3 or 4 years ago. So yeah, it's been super fun just to sit down and chat with you and hopefully inspire you to pick up whatever autumnal fall kind of palette that you have in your collection. I'm sure you got loads of them, and if you're not looking to spend, I mean, like finances are tight in this house a lot of the time. We have to make decisions of like we're doing this or we're doing that. I'm sure it's the same for some of you guys, so you don't necessarily have to fall for all the hype of all the new to be able to join in. And I think, you know, it's so much fun just delving through your makeup drawers, particularly if you've got a fairly sizable collection like I know a lot of you have, and just using what you have and creating a look with it. It's been super fun just to hang out with you, do a Get Ready With Me kind of style, a bit more informal, chatty video. It's been a lot of fun to do. Next video I do, I think I'm going to do something Halloween inspired because I probably won't film until next week and it will be almost October then. So yeah, I'm excited to do something a bit more spooky and dramatic and maybe dark and yeah, gloomy maybe, but yeah, gonna be fun I think. And I'm really got some ideas of like looks that I want to pull together this year, things that I haven't done before, so super excited. So if you're new to my channel and you don't want to miss out on all of that, then please consider hitting the subscribe button. I'm not all about promoting all the new all the time, and there's lots of channels doing that, nothing wrong with that. I like watching reviews myself, but if you're looking for a channel that actually uses their makeup and shows you makeup from, you know, a few years ago or even like a long time ago, I do a throwback series on my channel as well. So if that sort of thing sounds good to you, love to have you as part of the Vinyl Beauty family here. But other than that guys, just thank you so much for watching this video and also for just sticking around when I don't upload, because as soon as I uploaded yesterday for the video with the Halloween palette, I saw all my familiar people in my comments and it warmed my heart that you're all still there. So thank you so much for that as well. But I hope you're having a lovely day or night wherever you are and that you're enjoying the beginning of fall as much as I am. And I'll catch you in the next video. Bye guys.